Welcome to the Student Organization online training. We are so excited to have updated our online training resource this year to better prepare you for your role as president, vice president, or any other officer position for your organization. The first module is on Student Organization Basics. In this module, you will learn the structure of the Student Organization Council, as well as officer eligibility requirements and a basic understanding of the Registered Student Organization logo policy. Registered Student Organization is often abbreviated to RSO. We want all student organization leaders to be aware of this, as we usually use RSO in our documents and online resources. Being a RSO at FAU comes with responsibilities, but also comes with many privileges. Some of these privileges include the ability to reserve rooms on campus, the ability to request funding from your campus's COSO or GPSA, and the ability to advertise your organization and its events on campus, as well as many more. We will discuss funding from COSO and GPSA later in these learning activities. On the Boca Raton campus, organizations are grouped into one of 6 councils. On the other FAU campuses, these councils may not be used, but the categories can still apply. The Academic Council consists of organizations that are academic in nature. They may be associated with a degree program or any other academic focus at FAU. Additionally, honor societies will fall under the Academic Council. This is most often because they have certain GPA requirements in order to become a member. The Fraternity and Sorority Life Council consists of fraternities and sororities who receive oversight from the Office of Fraternity and Sorority Life. Graduate and professional organizations are strictly for graduate or professional students. If your organization invites undergraduates into it, then it's better suited for a different council. But if your organization is strictly for graduate students, then it belongs in the GPSO Council. The Multicultural or Spiritual Council is for organizations that have cultural focuses or organizations that have religious or spiritual focus. The Special Interest Council is for organizations that are more hobby-based or if they just don't seem to fit into any of the other councils. This is our largest council. The Sports Club Council is for organizations that are involved in sports competitions. To be in this council, the Sport Club Council has to vote you in. If you are a sport-related club but not in the Sport Club Council, you are most likely fitted into the Special Interest Council. All registered student organizations are held to a set of responsibilities in addition to the privileges that were mentioned earlier. There are several different responsibilities, but in this training, we will only highlight these most important ones. We want all officers to be aware of the officer eligibility requirements, the logo policy, and the annual re-registration process. To learn more about all remaining responsibilities, visit our website listed on the slide to download the RSO manual, which includes all of this information. As part of a FAU regulation, all officers of registered student organizations must meet certain eligibility requirements. The requirements are different for undergraduate and graduate students. Undergraduate students must maintain a 2.5 overall grade point average and be enrolled in a minimum of 12 credit hours for the fall and spring semester. Graduate students, however, must maintain a 3.25 grade point average and be enrolled in a minimum of 6 credit hours for the fall and spring semester. The overall grade point average does not include transfer GPA. An exception to the credit hour requirement is if you are in your last semester near graduating. All officers must also be in good academic and judicial standings. Eligibility checks are completed at the beginning of each semester, and you will be notified should you not meet the eligibility requirements, and will be asked to step down and to identify another officer to fill your position. If you do not identify someone to fill your position, your organization will be placed on suspension until they fill this position. You can see this policy is important and should be taken seriously. Another important responsibility for RSO leaders is understanding the logo policy. Student organizations at FAU are required to have logos on all promotional materials, including flyers, t-shirts, and any other promo item. RSOs are allowed two options for logos. The first is a generic RSO logo. If you do not have time to create or do not care to create a logo for your organization, you can simply use the logo shown at the top of the screen that says Registered Student Organization. If you would like to request a customized logo for your organization, you would have to email siadmin@fau.edu in order to create one. It usually takes about 3 weeks to receive your customized logo. The second option for RSO logos is for the RSO to create their own logo. Unfortunately, FAU cannot provide you with a graphic designer. It must be designed by you. From experience, I can promise you that minimal design experience is needed to create a logo. Some organizations even create their own logo in Microsoft Word. If you choose to go this route, there are several things that you should be aware of. The logo cannot contain Florida Atlantic University or FAU, and it must have the statement, a registered student organization at FAU. The registered trademark symbol is also required. You are permitted to use the FAU spirit marks as long as you do not alter the image in any way. An example of an approved logo is shown. Your logo will need to be approved before you are able to use it on any promotional item. To receive approval, email your logo to siadmin@fau.edu. This approval process is fairly quick. To maintain your status as a registered student organization, all RSOs are required to participate in the annual re-registration process. There are several requirements as part of this process, one of which is the training that you're currently taking. Other steps include your advisor completing the advisor roles and expectation forms, the online hazing prevention module, attendance at the Student Leadership Conference, and physical training for your organization's treasurer. If you fail to complete these requirements, your organization's status will be switched to inactive. You will lose your annual budget that you have been allocated from COSO or GPSA, and you will have to register as a new organization in the future semester. Usually, you will update your officer information during the annual re-registration process. However, if you ever make changes to your organization's leadership at another time in the semester, you will need to follow a few steps. One of the steps is to update your roster on All Central, and another is to submit a form to the Student Involvement Office to notify us of the change. These steps will be discussed further in our next module. If you ever have the desire to change your organization's name or the council that you fall under, you can simply request this change by emailing studentorgs@fau.edu. If you are not sure which council you fall under, we can also tell you if you email us. This is the end of the Student Organization Basic Training video. Thank you for your attention.